This is Paul Johns with thespirit12.com and talking with Norm Johnson here, our place kicker from 1982 to 1990. What do you think the Seahawks need to do to get back on the right track for the 2010 season?
Well, that's a tough question, and I'm not a real good analyst, but one thing that's really hurt us is the injuries. And I don't know why. It seems like both years we've really been hurt with injuries, and when you have such a small roster, that really can hurt a team. When you take some top players this year, we had Lofa go out, and Matt go out. We had Walter Jones go out. I mean, those are key players, and injuries have been a big part of it. But also, I don't know. I think we need to shore up that offensive line for some of the passing game because I have a lot of confidence in Matt, but he doesn't seem to have much time back there, and that's always tough for a quarterback. Defensive line probably could use a little bolstering. I think we're doing pretty well at linebacker, but we got a good punter and kicker. I'll say that much.
All right, I'm here with Blair Bush, the Seahawks center from 1983 to 1988. Blair, what do you think the Seahawks need to do to reverse this trend we've had the last 2 years to get ourselves back in contention for next year?
Well, at least from my experience, I think the first thing is they need the veteran leadership in the locker room, which hold the other players accountable, and that typically is your best players have to stand up and become leaders. Second, it looks like they probably need to make a transition from one strong personality with Holmgren and the success they had there, and realize that it's a brand new world. And third, they probably need to upgrade the offensive line a little bit and get, Unger, I think, plays very well, so they need to get some other guys that can kind of freshen that up and become more physical.
We're with David Hughes, the Seahawks running back from 1981 to 1985. David, after the last 2 years, the Seahawks have had these 2 losing records. What do you think the Seahawks need to do to turn these things around for 2010?
Well, like we came in 81, we had kind of the same situation. They were 4-12, I believe, the year before us, and we were 6-10. And I think what they need to do is what Chuck Knox did. He said there are 2 things important and 2 things great about the game of football. One is winning, and one is getting paid. And I think these players need to understand there's more than just getting paid. You got to learn. You got to play to win. And I think once they get that mindset of they're here to win, then I think they'll start turning things around.
All right, I'm here with Dr. Dan Dornick, our running back, Seahawks running back from 1979 1986. Dan, in your opinion, what do you think the Seahawks need to do to reverse the trend we've had the last 2 years of not making the playoffs?
Well, there's a couple things you got to do. You got to get some guys in there that are just going to say, hey, we're not taking it anymore. We're going to take it on our shoulders. And we had some of those guys back in our days. We had a few bad years, but we had some good years too. But it all depends on the players.
Well, there you have it. Nice, quick, concise opinion from Dr. Dan Dornick. Thank you very much, man. It's a pleasure. Pleasure talking with you.
All righty.